What's going on, everybody? Cannon Hotel back at it again with the work grift. Hope everybody's having a wonderful Friday. Uh, it's a rainy 50 degrees, a rainy 54 degrees here in Baltimore. Uh, so I decided to, take my lunch inside today, but still give you guys a wonderful view. This is dope that I get to have this type of view, while I'm at work. You know what I mean? Man, cool part is I get a 3 day work week. I mean, a 3 day weekend for real. So I get Friday, Saturday. I'm sorry, I get Saturday, Sunday, and Monday off. Damn, that's what I'm talking about. Anyway, if you're new, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon. It'll let you know when I got new content coming out. What's supposed to. Uh, if not, make sure you subscribe to me on Twitter. I'll let you know when I got new content coming out. Share this stream. Let people know we live. If you're catching the replay, leave a comment. Let me know how I'm doing. Just say hello. You know what I mean? Type Hotep in the comments. You know what I mean? Help with the algorithm. Help my channel, get a little higher than it is now. You know what I mean? What up, Kay? We got K Stacks in the building. Yeah, it's a decent view. The last couple of streams, I've been trying to, show, I actually work at the harbor, or actually working at the inner harbor down here in Baltimore. You know, as you can see down here with the green roof. Both these buildings are the pavilions at Harbor Place. They used to be great pavilions at Harbor Place, had great shops and shopping. Across the street right there with the green windows, that used to be the gallery. And the Renaissance Hotel is still there, but the gallery, it was an awesome, what's it called? An awesome mall until, you know, the Cove base hit. And a lot of things went by the wayside. So, which they need to revitalize because how are you going to want tourist attractions? You want more tourists to come to Baltimore, right? But you ain't got nowhere for them to shop or eat or have fun. You know what I mean? Which is an issue. You know what I mean? You need to go visit B more. Hey, why not? Come check us out. Anyway, let's see. If you want to donate to the channel, super chat, always welcome. Uh, Also, if you want to donate directly, it's $Cannon Hotep on Cash App. That's $Cannon Hotep on Cash App. Like I said, share the stream. Let people know we live. Share the stream. Let people know we live because YouTube ain't did it. YouTube still ain't did it. So I'm sure people will start coming in uh, in a little while. Anyway, let's get to it. So check it, right? So I was looking through, perusing through the news today, and you got schools in California who want to get rid of honors classes in the name of equity. You can't make this up. They want to get rid of honor classes in the name of equity. What does that actually mean? Now, to me, it means that you want to hamstring the gifted and the talented students. You want to hamstring the kids that strive to be better than average. You want to hamstring the kids that want to leg up when they go to college, because that's what honor classes are, right? You got honors, and then you got what, AP? Honors classes, say for example, right, standard classes, you get a 4.0, right? A 4.0 GPA. I think if you get perfect grades in honors classes, you get a 4.2. And then if you got AP and you get perfect grades, you get a 4.6 or something like that, or 5.0, something crazy, right? But these honors classes and stuff like that, these AP classes give kids, a leg up when it's time to go to college, right? They're a little more rigorous, but it prepares them for that college load pause when they get up there and it's time for them to start doing book reports and stuff like that. Uh, and they want to get rid of that stuff because of some subpar students, right? Or poor curriculum, I would say, in those public school systems. For example, here in Baltimore, right? There was just a huge news story, and I reported on this like a year or two ago. There was these public schools here in Baltimore. There are no kids proficient in math. What's up, Sauce? There are no kids proficient in math in Baltimore City. That is alarming and that is sad. The question is, who's to blame, right? Now, The parents want to blame the schools want to blame the parents. I think it's a little bit of both. Parents, you got to be on your kids' ass when it comes to school, right? You got to make sure they're doing their homework. You got to make sure that they going to school in the first place, right? And teachers got to be proactive with the parents. If the kids aren't coming to school, if the kids aren't participating in class, if the kids aren't turning in homeworks or projects, you got to communicate that with the parents so the parent can take corrective action with their child. You know what I mean? For example, I did a video, and I'll probably repost it on Twitter or something later. But I did a video where there's a mother here in Baltimore. Her son was a senior, and he was in the top half of his class with a .013 GPA. Top half of his class with a .013 GPA. Make that make sense, because the math ain't mathing to me, right? He missed 272 days of school, and he was failing all of his classes. The tragic thing is he was in the top half of his class, and I think he had a class of like I don't know, I think like 120 kids. So that means there were 60 other kids dumber than him. Like, make that make sense. And that's here in Baltimore. The mom was blaming the school system. They failed my son. They failed my son. I'm like, there is some blame to go around for the school system. But mom, where were you? Where were you? Why'd your kid miss that many days? Why wasn't he turning in his assignments? Why was he failing so many classes? Why weren't you checking for report cards? You had to got a few of them phone calls where they said, hey, your kid didn't show up to school today. You know what I mean? But then you hear stuff like this. You hear stuff like them wanting to get rid of honors classes. You know what I mean? What's up, BMW? You hear them wanting to get rid of like honors classes. And then you got to put some of the blame on the school at that point, right? Because it's like, yeah, now you have a poor curriculum. Now you're failing these kids, especially these kids out here who want to do something with themselves, who want, those honors classes to prepare them for college. Now, in the name of equity, you want to dumb down the smart kids. In the name of equity, you want to dumb down the smart kids so the other kids don't feel bad. Make that make sense. What's up, Monique? Monique says, salute. It's the same in Chicago. There are a lot of students who are not proficient in reading and mathematics. DMW says she ain't looking in the mirror. I hear that. What's up, Reaction PR in the building? Say he also on the work grift. I hear that, bro. I hear that. But you know what, man? It's homeschooling. Homeschooling is going to be the way to go. I swear, it's getting dumber and dumber out here. These teachers they don't care no more. These schools don't care no more. The only schools that really care, that's somewhat public schools, are charter schools. Charter schools care. You know what I mean? And if you want your kid to get a good education, either you got to put them in a charter school, you got to pay for private school. And if you're going to pay for private school, why not, find, a homeschooling initiative or a homeschooling community of people, people that's homeschooling their children. And, you guys, form up and start a little school of your own. Do what King Randall doing down in Atlanta, but for homeschooling. You know what I mean? So they say the children are our future, but I don't know anymore. I'll tell you that much. Anyway, y'all hear that Bruce Willis has dementia? So I just read today that Bruce Willis has dementia. I saw he was trending. I was like, why Bruce Willis trending? And people were saying pray for his family. So I was like, damn, did Bruce Willis die? You know what I mean? And then it was like, no, he has dementia. What up, Sauce? You driving to work? I appreciate it, YV. It's Baltimore City right here. Beautiful city filled with dumbasses. So I was sitting there and I'm like, did Bruce Willis die? Right? Like, y'all can see over there in the distance. I'm not sure if you can, but over in the distance, you can see Camden Yards over there. You can see the Orioles Stadium over there. And if that big brick building went in the way, you better see Raven Stadium as well. Anyway, so come to find out, he got dementia, man. Bruce Willis is one of my favorite actors. You know what I mean? Come on, Die Hard, Die Hard 1, 2, Die Hard with a Vengeance. They classics. They classics. The last Die Hard might have jumped the shark a little bit. Live Free or Die Hard, one of my favorite movies. Y'all should go watch that movie. You know what I mean? Y'all should go watch that movie. What up, Jay? Jay Pylon in the building says I like Die Hard. If y'all missed the stream with me and Jay last night on the Hotep's Been Told You after party, go check that out. YouTube.com/. Hotep Jesus. I'm sorry, youtube.com/Canon Hotep. It's on my channel, but rumble.com, you want to go over to Hotep TV and check out that stream. It was a fire stream we did last night. You don't like try hard's dog. So I'll say you used to live 10 to 15 minutes away from the Raven Stadium. BMW said we just got a teacher from my son's school fired just last week. This half redacted and black teacher disrespected my straight A son in front of the class. Oh my gosh. We had over 100 watching us last night. That's right. That's right. Sauce, see, Jimmy Doss, what's up, man? Salute, Hotep. Y'all are well today. Hotep TV, baby. Yeah, we good. But yo, Bruce Willis, one of my favorite actors, man. One of my favorite actors. The Die Hards are classics. You know what I mean? Fifth Element. Come on, The Fifth Element. The Fifth Element. The Fifth Element. That's like one of my all-time favorite movies right there. That movie. You know what I mean? He was in the Expendables movies. Like he got a storied history, storied career, man. And for him to have dementia is sad. It makes me wonder, though, because he was just fine a couple of years ago, if his dementia or whatever brain injury that he has or whatever, is it caused by the Yamin? You know what I mean? That's my question. Is it caused by the Yamin? You know what I mean? Because it's sad. You know what I mean? The whole 9 yards. Yeah, Jimmy, the whole 9 yards, man. That was a good movie. I love the whole 9 yards. Yeah, Chris Tucker was funny in The Fifth Element, man. You know what I mean? Shoot, put in the chat what's your favorite Bruce Willis movie. I mean, what's your favorite Bruce Willis movie? Put in the chat. We got 18 in the building. We only got 18. We only got 8 likes. Let's get 18 likes, man. If you're new, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon. Please share the stream. Let people know we live. If you want to donate, $Canon Hotep on Cash App, or hit me with a super chat. I appreciate it. You know what I mean? Let's see. You'll say any Die Hard. I hear that. You like the last Die Hard, DMW? The one where he had like his son, he was fighting with his son, or helping his son do whatever he was doing. That one was okay. But yeah, but even and then you got John Fetterman. Come on, guys. What we say? Hotep's been told you. Hotep's been told you. Monique said Bruce Willis is one of the last good action actors left. Die Hard movies are his best. Last Die Hard was good. You did like it? You like that too, stuff? I hear that. But John Fetterman, man, he's back in the hospital. He had another stroke. Now they saying they done put him in Walter Reed because now he's suffering from depression. And you know what I mean? And I would be too if my brain short circuited. You know what I mean? He can't talk essentially. His brain probably feel like it's rewired. You know what I mean? People got to talk in text so he can look at it and understand it. But we seen that coming, man. He was already in bad shape when he was running for Congress or for Senate. People should be brought up on charges, for how they just touted him out there and used him. You know what I mean? As cannon fodder to fucking win an election. You know what I mean? Now, do I agree with him on any of his views? No, I don't. You know what I mean? I do not. But at the same time, I wouldn't wish, his ailments on anybody. You know what I mean? Jay says, man, that guy was not capable of the job. They pushed him into that. Yeah. I felt bad for dude despite all that clowning he got. Exactly. I did too, man. Saw says my favorite Willis movie been the first Die Hard, Fifth Element, and Unbreakable was awesome. Yeah. What's up, cuz? Got Dia Blaze in the building. Oh yeah. What was he redid Death Wish? Was it Death Wish that he redid? That movie was fire. If you ain't seen that the Bruce Willis remake of Death Wish, bro, that movie was fire, man. Holy smokes, that movie was good. I'm gonna have to watch that tonight, yo. Death Wish was that. That was a fantastic movie. Oh my gosh, that was a fantastic movie. You gotta check that out, Jay. But anyway, so Fetterman, he wasn't up for the job when they were touting him out there and had him running for office. You could see it in how he was talking. He was getting garbled and jumbled up. He sounded worse than Joe Biden. But they kept saying he was fine. He kept saying he was okay and stuff like that. Now, lo and behold, he ain't even made it what? He ain't even made it what? Like November, December, January, February. He ain't make it 4 months before his ass back in the hospital had another stroke, and now he really jacked up. Now he in Walter Reed trying to get himself together, suffering from depression. I wouldn't be shocked if he wanted to self-forever sleep himself because of this, man. It's sad. You know, people should be brought up on charges, man. You know what I mean? The movie Red, yeah, the movie Red was great. That movie Red was great. That movie Red was a good movie. I did like that. It is underrated. I forgot all about it. Unscripted virtuoso. What's going on? What's going on? Anyway, but did y'all hear about this story? Hundreds arrested in massive Florida human trafficking sting. So it says during a week-long multi-agency undercover investigation dubbed Operation Traffic Stop, 200 individuals were arrested on human trafficking-related charges. Polk County Sheriff Grady Judge announced on Thursday. 213 suspects apprehended included individuals who offered to commit prostitution, solicited prostitutes, and others who aided or profited from the act of prostitution. Not only did we arrest more suspects, this is a quote from the sheriff, not only did we arrest more suspects during a single operation than we have ever before, we identified 24 human trafficking victims, the highest number of victims we ever rescued during one of these investigations, said Sheriff Judd. The valuable relationships that we have with the social services organizations who join us in these operations make it possible for these women to get help and be emancipated from this way of life. He says, of the 111 sex workers arrested, 24 were identified as possible human trafficking victims, with 14 of them being migrants from Cuba and Mexico. Some of the victims claimed that they were forced into prostitution to pay off debts owed to those who smuggled them into the country, with their families being threatened if they refused. Those who were arrested were charged with a combined 68 felonies and 308 misdemeanors. Damn. The kid. What was that about? Was that the cartoon that he had? Remember he voiced a cartoon. I remember back in the 90s, Bruce Willis had voiced a cartoon. They used to come on after school. I can't remember what it's called, though. Anyway. But yeah, that's crazy, man. I'm happy that they was able to carry out this operation and get them ladies free. That human trafficking thing is real, guys. That human trafficking stuff is real, especially coming from other countries. You know what I mean? And I tell people all the time when they was like, "Oh, they just want to come over here and make a better life." Yeah, they do. But you got to also understand who's bringing them here. They ain't coming through the freedom. They ain't coming through they ain't coming with Harriet Tubman. Those tunnels ain't owned by Harriet Tubman. They owned by them cartels. And I remember when Vice did a documentary some years ago. This back when Obama was in office. This might have been 2011, 2010, or something like that. I know I just bought my house somewhere around there. Women said they would go before they went on the journey to America. They would go and get birth control because they knew that they was going to get, the grape ape coming this way. You know what I mean? Yeah, Looper was dope. They knew they was gonna get that grape word coming through the tongue, coming here. Matter of fact, during the documentary, there was two women screaming in the tunnel where Border Patrol ran up in there, and dudes was getting ready to do some things to them women, and they chased them back into Mexico. I watch that. But we want to pretend that shit don't happen. We want to pretend that shit don't happen. You know what I mean? Could be crazy. But I'm happy that women got rescued, and I hope them people get prosecuted to the full extent of the law. And I might be with old Donnie T that we might need to send the military in there to take care of the cartels. You know what I mean? Because you got to fight fire with fire. I'm just saying. Just sad. In other news, this is from Chicago. Second Amendment steps in after cops step back in wake of defund movement in Chicago. So listen to this. 80-year-old man living near Chicago's O'Hare Airport was left battered last month when two intruders knocked on his door and entered his home. The elderly man was a legal gun owner and managed to fire off a shot, hitting one intruder and sending the other running for cover. The incident is one of dozens that have played out in the Windy City in recent years. Legally armed citizens are taking matters into their own hands, thwarting attacks and other crimes. This is a quote, it's the reason why you've seen the increase in gun sales, said John Lott, president and founder of the Crime Prevention Research Center, because people realize the police and law enforcement broadly isn't being allowed the criminal justice system broadly isn't being allowed. The criminal justice system isn't being allowed to go and do its job. He's right. He's right. You know what I mean? What they say? When seconds count, cops are minutes away. That stands true. It's not just some slogan, man. It's not just some slogan. That's why, I say, be blessed and stay strapped, man. Stay strapped up because times is getting crazy. These young boys out here don't care. Monique says she ain't surprised. Tyler Durden's a stupid. What's going on, Tyler Durden? Says, Lightfoot reminds me of Sid from Ice Age. Bruh, did you see the video of the cop in North Carolina that pulled his gun out on a 14-year-old? No, I didn't see that. I got to check that out. Shoot that over to me, yo. But, no, the cops, it's not their duty to protect and serve. You know what I mean? It's not their duty to protect and serve. You got to do that shit yourself. By the time the cops get to you, all they doing is outlining you in chalk and investigating your murder. That's what they doing. You got a better chance of fighting that shit yourself. I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6, y'all. Right? I'd rather have it than need it and not have it. I know these are all cliche sayings, but it's the truth. Lightfoot literally told food truck workers to not carry cash as a solution to the workers being robbed. Shit. How about strap up? Hit that nigga with a 12 gauge if he come up in your food truck. Hit him with that 40. Hit him with the 9. Hit him with something. An armed society is a polite society. I guarantee if some of these little assholes knew that people were strapped up, they would think twice before they ran up on them because they don't want to get shot. They half of them cowards, yo. Half of them they scared. They run up on people because they know more than likely they ain't got no gun. That's how that shit works. You know what? Salute to that man. He saved his own life. He saved his own life by getting to his gun and putting one in one of them niggas. Straight up. So, but yeah, I mean, like these democratically run cities, like Baltimore, here, look at how beautiful the city is, y'all. What's it called? Tourist ship or whatever they call it. That shit is at an all-time low. At an all-time low. 45 to the knee. You trying to... he gonna walk with a limp for the rest of his life. He gonna walk with a cane for the rest of his life. God damn. But fuck him. If you gotta pull a gun on him, you know what I mean? If you gotta pull a gun on him, put them niggas down. I don't need nobody coming back for no retaliation. But like I said, here, Baltimore, we're a city of like 300 to 500,000 people. I think we're like around 300,000 people now. All right? Most people left because of the crime. Consistent got 330 murders a year plus. Per capita, we're the most dangerous city in the United States with some of the strictest gun laws in the United States. Some of the strictest. In order to own a handgun, you got to do a 4-hour class. And you got to fill out some paperwork with the state police like you trying to apply for the state police. Then they send you that. Then you can go buy your gun. Once you buy your gun, you got to wait 8 days for you to pick it up. If you want to conceal carry, now thanks to the Supreme Court, you can without any good and substantial reason. Self-defense is a good enough reason now. But you still got to do a 16-hour class that costs $500. And then you got to put in some more paperwork, like you apply for the state police to get your gun or your carry permit. Right? Shit is ridiculous. Shit is fucking ridiculous, guys. Chicago, you can barely carry anything. New York, don't even think about it. Saw says Maryland, really an effed up place to live. Areas either have too much crime or it's too damn uppity and expensive. That's true. It's because we're so close to D.C. It's going to be too close to D.C. We only, 35, 40 minutes from D.C.? Matter of fact, if you can see, that's 95 right there. If you can see them cars moving over, that's 95 right there. You know what I mean? Anyway, guys, get yourself something. If you can get legal in your state, get legal in your state to conceal carry, or at minimum get legal enough to have a gun in your house and protect your neck, people. Don't let these young boys come out here and take your life and your livelihood, man. Don't let that shit happen. Anyway, let's go on to the next story. So, Hotep's been told you again. Dr. Tanarik's been told you. Miss Frizzle from the Magic School Bus, been told you. Beekman from Beekman's World, been told you. Immunity acquired from the Cove base is as protective as the vacation against severe illness and death, study finds. Immunity generated from an infection was found to be at least as high, if not higher, than provided by the round trip of the Yami. What's up, Inside of the Ages with the $2 super chat? I appreciate you. He says you should cover the anti-war rally in DC Sunday. I would love to do that, but I got this boot on my foot, and if shit go down, it's gonna be hard for me to move, and I can't carry my gun down there because you can't have your gun in a what's it called, protest and shit like that. I don't know. Maybe I might go down. If it's a nice day, I might make that trip, especially since I ain't got I might take a homeboy with me or something just to make sure I'm good. Especially I ain't got to work on Monday. Maybe I'll do that. We'll see. Might be a good idea. All you gotta do is take care of your vessel and it'll take care of you. I might check that out. That might be a good idea, make me a trip down there just to document. You know what I mean? Hotep's on the scene. We'll see. Anyway, so it says immunity generated from an infection was found to be at least as high, if not higher than that provided of 2 doses of the Yamine. Yeah, no stuff. We've been telling you that, but what you have people telling us, right? What you have people telling us that, oh no, you need the Yamine because you got to be protected. Herd immunity, they're trying to tell us that don't exist no more, essentially. Then they trying to tell us that natural immunity didn't exist and that you got to get this jab. And people bought that hook, line, and sinker. You had people demonizing us, saying that we were crazy and we're going to get people killed. Meanwhile, vaccine injuries are at an all-time high. Vacation injuries are at an all-time high. But they don't want to talk about that. Now, after 3 years and 2 years of them forcing people to take the Yamine, now all of a sudden, oh, if you had the base, shit, you good. You good. You're just as good as somebody who had who got the vacation, the round trip with the layover. I would argue that you're better. You're more healthier if you had it and beat it naturally. Now they walking back everything. Now Dr. Fauci in trouble for lying about the efficacy rate of the Yamine. Got people walking around here looking like Darth Vader You got people losing their jobs. You got these stupid doctor shows like New Amsterdam and Grey's Anatomy and them demonizing people who didn't want to take that. You know what I mean? Tell them, you're putting people at risk and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? Man. And now they want forgiveness. You remember that? They had that article, people asking for forgiveness. No, no, no. You cost people their livelihoods. You tore families apart over this situation. Now all of a sudden, now you saying that, oh no, yeah, if you had it and you beat it, then you straight. That's what we saying? After companies forced people to put that poison in their arm? After the government forced people to put that poison in their arm? You just had a military chopper drop out of the sky. I wonder if that's why. Fetterman, he in the hospital. I wonder if that's why. Bruce Willis jacked up. I wonder if that's why. Now, after 3 years, and you done got, I don't know, 80% compliance or 90% compliance, or whatever it is here in America. In America, now all of a sudden, oh yeah, studies find that if you had the cold and you beat the cold, you good. You don't got to get the yammy. No shit. That shit irks me, yo. It makes me upset just thinking about it. Because I got family members and loved ones who took that shit. And now you got people dying from clots. You got people dying from heart attacks and all this other shit. Got heart problems, myocarditis, and all this other shit. Shit is sad, man. Anyway, the hotel's been told you guys. Dr. Tanai Ricks been told you. And now they want to come out and say it. What was that? Let me see. Marcus sent this about the trains. They saying it's overworked and tighter shifts and no maintenance is leading to the train derailments. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Speaking of that, let's get to that. Biden administration turns down Ohio's request for disaster assistance after toxic derailment. Biden administration turned down the request for federal disaster assistance from Ohio Governor Mike DeWine in the aftermath of the train derailment in the state earlier this month that led to a large release of toxic chemicals. Federal FEMA told Ohio state government that it was not eligible for disaster assistance to help the community recover from the toxic spill. Dan Tierney, a spokesperson for DeWine, told Fox Digital News on Thursday. Tierney explained that FEMA believed the incident didn't qualify as a traditional disaster, such as a tornado or a hurricane, for which it usually provides assistance. Are you kidding me? Are you? So not only did Pete Buttigieg drop the ball because he ain't even try to do nothing or take out a statement until 10 to 12 days later. Now you telling me now FEMA like, yeah, nah, y'all on your own with this? Is that right? Yeah, Jay says, see, because we overly concerned about pushing for wars and we leaving our country infrastructure in shambles here. I guess that's the play though. Yeah, of course it's the play, bro. Of course it's the play. They want us eating bug burgers and riding fucking electric scooters and bicycles. Yeah, it's the same exact train strike. But then listen to this. Norfolk Southern eliminated key maintenance roles in derailment, uh, region union says. One union of the rail workers have questioned the decline in maintenance standards following the February 3rd Norfolk Southern derailment in East Palestine, Ohio, which forced an evacuation of 5,000 people earlier this month. A device that can play a role in preventing derailments is a wayside hotbox detector. Use infrared sensors to detect bearings, axles, and other components of the rail car that are overheating. Then uses radio signals to flag rail crews of any overheating complications. The rail car that initiated the derailment had an overheated wheel bearing, according to a Tuesday report from National Transportation Safety Board. It's still the NTSB is still investigating the cause of the derailment and will publish a preliminary report in 2 weeks. So this Wayside Hotbox, they say they put it every 25 miles along the railroad. According to Federal Railroad Administration, their use has contributed to 59% decrease in train accidents caused by axle and bearing related factors since 1990, according to a 2017 Association of America Railroad. So, but then he also said that Norfolk Southern and another company, who was it? So it says, for years, the federal government required railroads to conduct a type of brake test on rail cars that had not been operated for 4 or more hours. As of 2020, rail operators may wait up to 24 hours to conduct this test. It says the Association of American Rails, an industry association that includes Norfolk Southern, lobbied for this change started in 2017, according to Federal Register. Estimated that that changing this rule would save the rail industry nearly $600 million over a 10-year period. So they lobbied to throw away some standards. They lobbied to throw away some safety guidelines. The crazy part is, like, here in Maryland, like, for example, with my family's business, every day we got to do a DOT check on our trucks to make sure that the brakes on the truck are working. Not only if the brakes on the truck are working, but the brakes on our trailers are working, and that the emergency, the oh shit brake, I call it, the breakaway cable for the electric brakes on the trailer, make sure that locks up in an event that either the truck becomes separated from the trailer or the truck brakes fail, and that we can hit the button inside of our truck to lock up the brakes on the trailer to help the truck slow down. I mean, I can't see why you don't want that on the train. But then you got Pete Buttigieg, right? Pete Buttigieg was blaming Trump for this. I don't know how you blame Trump for this. He blamed Trump for this disaster that happened in Ohio, talking about Trump rolled back some kind of rule for electric brake standards. But the rule was passed in 2015. But then also, that wasn't the cause of the train derailing. The cause of the train derailing was a bad axle that should have been caught before that train left for its destination. The train had a bad axle. It should have been caught by a mechanic or a technician saying, oh, this axle don't look too good. And it should have been stopped. And it should have been fixed before the train took off to its destination. But I guarantee somebody said, it's good enough, it'll make it, because that freight that they was carrying probably was worth more than them trying to fix that. Now you have a complete chemical spill. Then to save more money, what you do? You do a quote unquote controlled release, a controlled burn, aka you release hydrochloric acid into the atmosphere. Now it's raining black shit all over the place. Jeremy, if you watched the stream last night, sent pictures to Twitter of this black rain on the hood of his car. Somebody else, I forgot where they were at. Some other person was showing, I think it was in Canada, but something else happened in Canada that was similar to this. Like it was raining oil on his car. Stuff getting crazy, man. Stuff getting crazy. And there's too many coincidences to think that this shit is all accidents. I'm sorry. This can't be. This can't be. There's too many coincidences to say that this is all accidents, people. So, like I said, I did it last night. Watch the stream. Me and Jay went over what you need to do to prepare for shit like this. Get you some clean, fresh water. Get you a water filter with some charcoal in it. Get you a zero filter or something like that. Get you bottled water. Get you some food. Get MREs or rations. Get you some oodles and noodles, some canned goods or something. Get first aid. And if you can, get a gas mask, people. If you can afford it, get a gas mask. They had one on there. I think the cheapest one that I showed on the site, Mirror Safety, was $200. It's a basic gas mask to go right over your nose and your mouth. Got NATO filters and all that stuff. And then, like I said, Protect your neck. Don't buy all this shit and then don't got nothing to protect yourself from the marauders. Get yourself a gun. Get yourself a firearm. Get yourself something to protect yourself. Exactly. Stock up on whole foods and water, guys. And get you some cleansing herbs. Exactly. Also, if you can, I forgot to bring it up last night. Get a water filter that can go on your in your shower. Right? Get a water filter that can go in your shower. They got charcoal filters that you can attach to your shower head. And that way you ain't got to worry about that shit hitting you while you washing up. Anyway, guys, I gotta get back to the grind. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. If you're new, hit that like, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification icon. It'll let you know when I got new content coming out. Please share this stream. If you're catching the replay, leave a comment. Let me know how I'm doing. I really appreciate it, guys. Anyway, Cannon Hotep saying, be blessed, stay strapped, don't miss. Be prepared, guys. It's too many coincidences. I holla at y'all.